Good afternoon, all. Thank you for joining us at this media presser. With us, we have Hollywood Bet Sharks captain Lukhanyo Am and wing Werner Kok. This interview is ahead of the EPCR Challenge Cup semi-final taking place this Saturday, the 4th of May at 12:30 at Twickenham Stoop. The floor is now open for questions. First question, please. Jan?
Yes.
And Stephen, you can go ahead.
Thanks, Namash. Thanks, Lukhanyo. Thanks, Werner. Lukhanyo, obviously you've been in much bigger games than this, and you've been in dressing rooms before, playoff matches much bigger than this. But what would your message be to the team? Obviously, there's a lot about the opposition that you guys do before the game, but what would your message be to the team before you walk out?
Yeah, I think in games like this, trying to get the best prep that you can. I think we've done a great deal for ourselves, putting ourselves in this position. And I think once you're in the change room, it's just having the confidence of the prep that you've done in the week. So I think the hard yards are being done right now, preparing for, Saturday for 12:30. So I think whenever, we're ready to go out there, we shouldn't have any doubts. We should go there with a lot of confidence.
Are you the type of captain that hypes the guys up or try and calm them down?
I think we've got a lot of characters in the team. I'm personally a guy that's not too much hyped up, before games. But there are certain games that bring something different. I think this one, it's a big one for us. I think everyone will be very hyped and excited. Playing semis, against the quality side. So yeah, it will be really good. And we really looking forward to it, really excited. So yeah, to answer you, it depends in certain games, but yeah, it also depends on the different guys and how's the mood and the vibe in the camp. But I'm more on the calmer side than the hype side.
Last one from me, Werner. Obviously, you've been in some really big games in the Sevens circuit. Where would this game rate in terms of your career?
Yeah, I think this one is definitely up there. I think the biggest one in the 50-man game was a Currie Cup game, but this is massive. I love playoff games. It's a very important one, not just for me. I think for every single player in the team, it's a massive one. And then for the Sharks in general, for KZN, I think it's a good one to actually set it up for the final if we come through this one, but I'm sure we will.
Thanks.
Thank you, Stephen, followed by, is it Clement, and then Ben. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Werner, to use the Afrikaans expression, it's mindaar for you at the Sharks, with a move around the corner. I mean, how important is it for you, before making the move to finish on a high at the Sharks?
Yeah, for me, very important. I think there's a lot to be done still here. I can't worry about my next stint at Ulster. There's a lot to work towards. The Sharks is busy with something very big at the moment, and that's probably going to be one of the biggest regrets because they play some, or we are actually playing some good rugby, and there's a lot of change in the camp, and the culture is also going towards to a place where it will be a phenomenal team and a championship team. But for now, it's all about the Sharks. Don't worry about anywhere else. And so it's the semi-finals and then hopefully finals.
And in your mind, where did you guys make the switch? Just in terms of, it's been an emotional roller coaster because obviously you were bottom and we all know that you're on the up. So what do you think was the trigger to get you guys on the right path?
I think it was just a few mindset changes in camp, but the culture change as well. with the new coaching staff coming in as well. So inside the camp that some people don't see was quite a bit of a change. But everyone is aligned towards one goal. And I think that makes a massive difference. And you can see things are falling in line at the moment. And yeah, the Sharks is on his way to a proper place.
And just in terms of, I apologize, Grash, I'm
No
overstepping.
problem. You can
Okay.
go ahead. You can go ahead with the question.
Werner, just in terms of your prep, what has the prep shown you about this the opponents this coming weekend in terms of dangers?
Clermont is a very physical team. So we need to step up our physicality going into the weekend, and they also play a very loose game. We have to be very quick on the loose ball, try to shut their offloads down. I think that will probably be the biggest threat. And if we can sort that out, then we'll be good.
Thank you, Clemens, and then followed by Ben.
Yes. Hello, both of you. First question for Lukhanyo Am. You will probably face George Moala at the center of Clermont. What do you think of him, and how can you manage to stop him at the center of the attack?
Question. Yeah, I think George Moala is a quality player. He's been over the years. And from our side, I think it's doing my homework, just to know what's coming and knowing his strengths and maybe weaknesses that I can find. And obviously, I think at the end of the day, with all of that, and it's just going with the correct mindset, to the semis. We don't make plans individually. We back our systems, we back our structures, and it's just for each individual making sure that he pitches on the field with the right mindset.
Yeah. Another question for Werner, a bit the same. Against you, there will be Ali Verity, Raka, who scored the 3 tries, just like you, last week. Is it exciting to facing this kind of winger for you and for the team?
Yeah, definitely. He's a very good ball carrier. He's got a very good feint, good boost. Great player. For me, just also to make sure that I know what's coming. I've played against quite a few Fijians in my life, and I know exactly what they're going to bring. For me, hopefully, I can shut them down as quickly as possible. But I know that I have the trust, and I have the guys on the field next to me to make sure to back me up if anything happens. But yeah, like Luki said, just to stick to our systems, then we'll be fine, and just to put a lot of pressure on him.
And just a last question for both of you. You said that Clermont was a physical team, but you too, with the likes of Iben Etzebes and Chiem Bonambin, this kind of sweet guy. Is your strategy will be to kind of be powerful with the forwards and to really put some pressure on their line out and scrum?
Yeah, I think it's going to be an all-round game. We back our set piece, and we also know they've also got a good set piece going from their side. And they do mix it up, with playing with their forwards and with their backs. And I think with us as well, it's a like for like. So it's definitely going to be an exciting game. And I think with all the prep that we've done and managed to work on, I think we've prepped based on what we've seen. We've prepped for that. But yeah, we know, in playoffs game, maybe they will have a trick or two up their sleeves, and I think that will be something that will rely on our systems when it comes to the game.
Thanks.
Thank you. Ben, go ahead. You can go ahead.
Hi, Lukhanyo. How much have you enjoyed playing in the EPCR competitions? What did you make of the quality of the teams in the Challenge Cup in particular?
Yeah, Ben, I think it's been a good competition for us. It really gave us hope in a way, because we had a kind of a slow start in the URC. I think having a second competition kind of gave us energy and something different, and have a different energy towards that. And I think that brought a lot of positive energy in the camp, and it gave us a lot of hope, and it kind of changed, our overlook in the season. So yeah, we've been really enjoying it. Yeah, we definitely wanna climb up and get back to the Champions Cup for next season, and yeah, we hope everything will go as planned, and climb up the ladder for next season.
Yeah, fantastic. And how do you think it compares to Super Rugby? Do you miss playing the big New Zealand and Australian sides? How does Super Rugby differ to the Southern Super Rugby?
Yeah, I think back in the Super Rugby games, Super Rugby was like more fast, more individually tested, as a team, because it was a mix of physicality, mix of skill, and a bit of fast game. Whereas I think in the European sides, you need to have a proper structures in place, as a team, and it's more technical. It's almost close to international standards, in terms of the style of play. It's not just run. You get tested. Territory, you get tested, kicking game, aerially. There's just a lot of points where you get tested. So you need to have a proper system, in place.
Fantastic. And such as the large expat South African community in London, would you like more games to be played in West London going forward? Obviously, you've had a game there before this season, but it's an exciting time to play at the Stoop this Saturday.
Yes, if it would be this time of the year every season, it would be amazing. I think the London weather has been really good to us this week. We really enjoyed it, and we hope, this weekend, a lot of people will come out and come support, the Sharks, making the Stoop our home away from home. Yeah, I hope there'll be a lot of numbers.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Stephen, you can go ahead.
Thank you very much. Lukhanyo, if you guys go all the way in this competition and qualify for the Champions League, will you consider the season a success?
Stephen, yeah, definitely. I think we all in each season you do want to win silverware. And I think from where we started and to where we are right now, we've grown tremendously as a team, as a squad, and with the new coaching staff coming in, with a couple of players, new players coming in, this was like almost our first season as a group. And I think where we're at right now, we're in a good position, and yeah, we're really happy where we are. Even though we obviously had our ambitions for both competitions, but yeah, that's just the game of rugby. Sometimes things do work out and sometimes they don't. So yeah, I think all our energy right now is in the EPCR playoffs.
Just lastly from me, Werner, just in terms of your career, you also the sevens background and that you know all about team spirit, the success that you've had and what bonds a team and so on. I know it's not ideal to not to play in the Shark Tank, but in terms of having a little bit of time together as a team and all that, I mean, is this kind of trip good for you guys? Is this a good trip for you guys just to bond from?
Yeah, definitely. I think to train back home, you're in the whole day, and then straight after that you're going home. You don't really sit with the guys at dinner when you're in Durban and things like that. But if you come out on a tour, you spend a lot of time together. You play cards, you play a bit of poker, you spend so much more time together, and you actually learn different things from each other. And then the time actually means more to each other. I think it's a great trip. It gave the guys a little bit more game time against Glasgow as well, because we played almost two different teams, and that's also different. You get the whole squad on tour. It's just a little bit different, and you always make time for each other. So you become more like a family, and I think that is very important in a system. And going forward, that's probably one of the most important things in a squad, in a culture, is to really become close friends, if not family.
Great, thanks very much. Good luck, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jan. You can go ahead.
Thanks so much. Guys, for both of you, if you both can ask me, what aspect of the Sharks, both in terms of the game and the team, do you think you've improved in most of the season?
I think for me, it's the connection on the field. We've been playing together for quite a bit now as a team, and it's the small connections that really makes that big difference. And then also, I think a big thing is the celebrations when somebody scores a try. You can see everyone runs in, they giving each other hugs, and it just means so much more for the guys than just scoring a try or just doing something well. It really means something to each other, and I think that is a big change. I think that also carries over into the culture, going back home and things like that. So for us, I think it's a relationship between the players and the coaches and just the whole system that changed quite a bit.
Tanya, for you?
Yeah, I think Veris has touched on most points. And I think also we lost a couple of experienced players earlier in the season because of injuries. I think once they came back, they've obviously brought in all the experience and the expertise in the group, which just helped us to grow as a group together. So yeah, it's been really good. Having everyone fit and able, and it's even like easier to grow as a group together when there's like no one outside or no one missing out. So yeah, I think as a team, we've managed to grow, in the game, whether it's set piece, whether it's bags, whether it's playing together as a group. So yeah, it's been good.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Are there any further questions? If there's no further questions, media, thank you very much for your time. Thank you, Lukhanyo. Thank you, Werner. All the best.
Thank you.